Smith, who's on their kind of corporate legal side of things. And the Snowden tweet was, Microsoft officially confirms the NSA developed the flaw that brought down hospitals this weekend. And the Microsoft post actually calls out NSA and what's the actual quote here? Stockpiling of vulnerabilities by governments. And so they're turning this around at kind of a contrary to the New York Times op-ed and saying, look, if you guys stockpile this stuff and you get hacked and it gets released to the wild, this is what happens. Can you stop doing that and work more with us? So then who's really at fault here? Is it the NSA for uncovering things it can use in its job? Is it Microsoft for not supporting software in perpetuity? Is it Times op-ed columns for being all very old, technologically illiterate people? I mean, I don't know exactly where to drop the blame, but I mean, it's definitely not one person, and it's definitely not a simple answer.
Also remember, this is actually a multi-part exploit. So it's at least two discrete parts. The first part is the phishing attack. So either attachment or email link that leads to remote code execution. Once it was installed, then it did the second part. The second part was an exploit of the Samba vulnerability in Microsoft Windows networking. So that's the part that was developed by the NSA. That's the part that allows it to move laterally. In the past, when you had a phishing attack, you'd infect one computer, maybe the computer that was authorized to connect to, but this one will actively search out other vulnerable Samba installations in any given network.
I'm dumb. Can you explain what move laterally means in this context?
Okay, so once you get past the firewall,
sure,
you are all the systems past that firewall are on the same level. And if you can move laterally within that, it means that you've essentially bypassed the firewall for all of those computers.
I see. Okay, so there's one firewall for all the cool stuff. And once you're down there, you can bounce around to different parties as much as you want to.
Right.
You infect everything in that network.
Right. Cool. Which is why good enterprise class security divides things into zones. So it's not as a firewall and then we just assume everyone's good. A good network will assume everyone's going to do something stupid, so you firewall off as much inside the network as possible.
So you baby-proof essentially your enterprise tech.
Right.
Oh, well, that seems pretty reasonable. Why didn't we do that here?
Well, because think of who got hit the hardest: manufacturing and the NHS. Neither of which really have. I'll say competent, even though that's mean. I don't really mean that. I'm sorry. If you work there, you are competent, but you don't have the resources. But they don't have a competent IT team, so. They don't have the ability to put things in zones. And even if they did, imagine in a hospital, if every time you needed to approve an emergency service, you had to go through 5 different layers of security.
People would die.
People would die. Right. Yeah. That's not good. Or in a manufacturing plant.
That's not good. Okay.
Someone enters in the wrong password and suddenly you've shut down the assembly floor. Okay, that's not going to work either. People won't let you do that. So there are I think this is the story that I like. There's a story of inertia here. We do not want to, under any circumstance, change the way that we work. We want the tool to change, but the tool can't change because what they attacked here was human nature.
It's always phishing.
Once you
get
can
into phishing.
we just go ahead and replace all the humans with some better ones, and then I think that'll solve the problem.
Google's working on that.
Yeah, well, so is Peter Thiel.
No, my wife works in the hospital. We can't. No, she gets paid a lot of money. I don't want her replaced by.
I mean, my girlfriend's a doctor, so like we're in the same boat, dude.
All right. See?
Okay, all I know is if we're going to be replacing healthcare workers, can we replace them with Filipino artificial intelligence because they work the best?
I don't know how to comment on that and not get in trouble somehow. I think anything I say to that will get me in trouble. So
I'm just waiting for you so I can yell racist.
See, that's exactly why I'm not saying anything.
Say something.
Now,
Robbie is cute.
Here's the thing. We're in the second wave. This is by far from over because tomorrow, millions of Americans go back to their workplaces. They're going to be on computers that have been untouched for 3 days. And they are going to log into systems that might have already been compromised. Or they're going to be going through their huge email inbox and go, I'm going to click everything I see. So this is going to spread. And if it's the second variant, which it probably is now, there is no kill switch.